Okay, hi, hello. I'm Leanne. If you don't know me, if you do and you're back, thank you so much. I'm glad to have you back. Today we are doing an experiment on my brows. Unlike any experiment I've ever done on my brows before, I'm a little bit nervous, I'm not gonna lie to you. Today I'm gonna be trying brow lamination. We're gonna be going on a field trip. That's why we're sitting on my bed. I need to still put on my earrings because I'm running a little late and I need to be multitasking. But I am so excited to be trying brow lamination. I feel like it's gonna be the new thing for brows. If you've never seen my channel before, if you've never heard me complain about my brows before, congratulations. But in case you don't know, I have very fluffy, full brows that stand off my face. They're very unruly. If I brush them out, they don't stay where they're supposed to stay. They're just a little bit weird and fluffy and not like the normal brow, you know what I mean? Yes, I have heard of brow gel. I've tried so many different ones and some of them do work a little bit, others not at all. And basically, I feel like brow lamination was made for me. If you don't know what it is at all, it's basically a process that realigns the bonds of your brow hairs. So that kind of reminds me of perming. I'm not a hair professional, but it just reminds me of that because it retrains the shape of your brows. So if you have brow hairs that, like mine, they won't just stand up if I brush through them. And so they're always kind of going like this. You can train them to go up and look fuller, longer, bushier. If you have really thin brows, you can make them look fuller just by changing the shape. If you have sparse areas, you can cover that up. I mean, you can really do a lot with this, or at least from what I've read. I actually don't know anybody that has done this personally, so that's part of the nervousness, but I feel like this is very interesting. It laminates your brow hairs into a different shape and it can do a lot to change the appearance of your brows overall. If you're always struggling with downward brow hairs, maybe on your tail, I have that, you can have them retrained to go in a different direction. This situation lasts for 6 to 8 weeks from what I've read. I have nothing on my brows right now because I wanted you to be able to see the before. Also today, her service includes waxing, tinting, and laminating. So I don't know if everybody that does brow lamination would do all three of those things. I've never tried tinting or lamination. I've tried waxing one time. I know that is so weird. And that's probably the reason why I have big, bushy, full brows, because I really don't do anything to them. I just like them to look full and kind of wild and free and natural. And this is gonna be different. I'm gonna be coming out with a completely different brow setup. She has a lot of information about it on her Instagram. She has tons of before and afters. I'm sure I'm just gonna talk with her once I get there and we're gonna decide on a shape, a look, and go from there. I'm gonna try to show you as much of the brow lamination process as I can. I'm sure I'm gonna have to have my eyes closed for most of it, so hopefully she will help me. And if you're curious about brow lamination or you wanna try it, or I don't know, I feel like this is gonna be the next big thing. Who knows? I can't predict the future, but I feel like this is something that could really help me. And as you guys know, not much can help these brows. I found her on Instagram, so I've been following her, I've been watching her stories and stuff, and I'm feeling confident about it. And the first time I ever heard about brow lamination, period, was in a past brow video. I got one comment mentioning it. I'd never heard about it before. I looked it up and I couldn't find anyone in Dallas that did it until I found her. So I'm so happy. This is fate for my brows. This was our destiny and we're doing it. Plus, I mean, was anyone else weirdly obsessed with lamination, the lamination process, anything laminated when they're elementary school? At my elementary school, everything was laminated. I loved it. I honestly was just oh wow, I can't wait to be a grown up and have a lamination machine. And honestly, I don't even know what the process is. I did not grow up into the adult I thought I was gonna be, but now I'm getting my brows laminated. So maybe I am the adult I thought I was gonna be. I don't even know. I need to get going. Pray for my brows. So these are my brows before she just cleaned me off. Got my brows looking nice and fresh and ready for all the products and solutions and steps that are coming. This is not my angle. So are my brows weird?
No, they just sit up. You're right.
They're just fluffy. They just float off my face. But she knows brows. She's the brow expert, so might as well ask. Is it kind of like a perm for your brows?
Yes. It's just a more gentle. It does the same thing that a perm does, which breaks down the bonds. The way we can realign them. And now I'm gonna put a little bit of saran wrap over it just to keep it in place. And then I check what your hair is doing and kind of once we clean that, then we'll go ahead and proceed with the second formula.
And it almost reminds me of getting a lash lift too, where there's a few different steps.
Exactly.
Is there any aftercare?
Yes, you don't want to get them wet for 24 to 48 hours. You can do the 48, but at least 24.
So now we're basically done with the lamination part, right?
Well, yes, with the first two steps, and now I'm going to tint your brows, and then we'll do the last step, which is the keratin treatment. The waxing is the last thing that I'll do.
Okay.
And the tint, I place it to give you more definition towards the bottom of your brow. I'm gonna go ahead and put the keratin treatment on there.
Okay.
So right now I kind of fluff them back up. I'm trying to remove the tint so those will lay the hairs back down. And this last part, the best way that I can describe it, think of it as like a mask.
Yeah.
For your
Deep conditioning treatment. Yeah.
Once we are done giving it the keratin treatment, I'll put a little bit more keratin on it, and then I'll go to like trimming and shaping.
So some people don't really even need trimming, do they?
No,
It's like the main thing they need is like
the flow.
the volume. Ooh, that's a lot of brows. All right, this is the finished brow. She cleaned them up. She added a little bit of highlighter just to help like really define the bottom of the brow. But like, I've never seen myself with brows like this. Like, this is Instagram on my face. I've never seen myself with like nice, bold, but like clean, pretty, bushy brows. And I am loving this. Okay, I'm back home, clearly, and the brows have arrived. Oh my gosh. I said it was gonna be a makeover, but somehow, even though I'm the one that said it, I did not anticipate what a drastic change this would be. I keep looking at myself in the little side flip around screen thing that it seems like a lot of people really hate when YouTubers do that. And luckily I've never fallen into that trap. But like right now, like I'm like, who is that? Who's recording this video right now? Because I feel like I look so different, and it's in a good way. I mean, yes, my brows are very dark, and that's from the tint, and they're darker than I would normally do my brows, but that's just how it works when you get a tint. It's a little bit darker at the beginning, and then after you wash it, it starts to fade. And the tint on your skin can last up to a week, and then on your actual brow hairs, it lasts for like 3 weeks, she said. So I'm loving that. I feel like this is so nice, but it's not the final look. So I have to wait like 24 to 48 hours before I get my brows wet. So canceling tomorrow's workout, so sad. So I think what I'm gonna do next is come back and check in with you guys after I've washed them and update you on how much lighter they get, how they're looking, how they're sitting, because I feel like with the tint so dark, you almost can't see what the shape is like and how the brow hairs are sitting. I am going to show you an up close now of what they're looking like. I like the shape. I really like what she did with it, but you probably will be able to notice that there are some hairs kind of right around the arch of my brow where they're not laying down and they're kind of doing their own thing. Those hairs were really stubborn, and she said, yes, these did not really want to work with me, and the solution didn't work on them as well as some of the other brow hairs like towards the front of the brow. And that basically comes down to like the shape of my face. I have a pretty sharp angle right there, so like it's very hard for the brow gel to have my brows laying down, it was hard for the solution to make them lay down. And she said that she's noticed when people come back again for a repeat service, the brows, even if some of them are stubborn, will start responding to it even better. And these are my brows. You know, you can't completely judge this situation by what my brows do, because I have very, very fluffy, stubborn brows generally. So I am just elated that it worked on the front of my brows and really most of my brows. So yes, I do have a few stubborn ones, but generally I am really impressed so far. But again, like I said, I'm gonna update you guys on the progress just to see how this looks, how it wears, how it fades, everything that's going on in this region. So I'm leaving them alone, not getting them wet, and if they do get kind of crazy when I'm going to sleep, you know, because I always sleep on my side, so inevitably my brows are always like whenever I wake up. She said just to brush through them because in the next 24 or 48 hours, they're still kind of learning their new shape. And from what I've heard, mainly from like Brad Mondo's videos, I feel like I know so much about hair just from watching his videos all the time. A perm can set over the next few hours or like the next day. It's basically the same with the brow hairs. So I'm going to apply my Brad Mondo knowledge and take very good care of the brows, make sure they're in the right formation. And I don't know, just enjoy this new life with my new face, with my new brows. I feel like I have Instagram brows. I never thought this was possible. You do not even understand. This is like a revolution in my life. I'm so happy and so excited that I finally did this. I don't want to get too excited because again, I have to update you. It all could go downhill from here, but right now I'm super happy. They are dark, they are large, they are in charge, and I'm loving it. Okay, it's been 48 hours since I got my face makeover, my brow transformation, my brow transplant. That would be weird. Don't think about it for too long. My new brows are here. They're big, they're bold, they're beautiful, and they are very dark, especially like the first night. It took a second for me to get used to them. Like I'd be like going to the bathroom, like past the mirror or something. I'm like, who is that? Like it really transformed my face. And at this point, it's been 48 hours. At about like 44 hours, if you care to know, I went and I worked out, and then obviously like, I took a shower, washed my hair after that. So I did get them wet within the 48-hour window, but I waited as long as I possibly can. I feel like I waited long enough. I feel like they've lightened up a very little bit, and I also feel like I've gotten used to them. I think they're a little bit dark for me. I think they're a little bit darker than I normally would do them, but I think I also really, really like them. I love how sharply manicured they are. I also feel like the brow tinting made such a huge impact. I've been very distracted by the color of them and how much that's improved everything. Brow lamination has kind of taken a back seat, but I will tell you, the brow lamination has worked. I have definitely seen a difference. Let me like zoom you in so you can see a difference. So these are my brows with nothing on them, nothing in them. I went to work out and it was so nice and refreshing. Yes, I do feel like they're very dark, but it was nice to have something very bold and dark and kind of unnatural on my face along with these lashes. It kind of balanced it out a little bit. Am I going down a dark road? In my mind, it helps, but when I say it out loud, it seems crazy. Anyway, back to the brows. I do feel like I can notice a difference. And as I've mentioned before, brushing my brows has really never done anything. It's mostly just like, oh, I just scratch my face very lightly. But now when I brush my brows, they listen. They do what I want them to do. And it is so nice. I get it now. I'm so happy. I get it. I'm loving it. And I can't even imagine what would my brows be doing like if I put product in them. Like, is this how everyone else is living out there? So I'm loving that. I'm definitely noticing a huge difference at the front section of my brow, but I will say after the arch of my brow, not as much of an impact. When I brush them, they listen a little bit. It's like a whisper. It's like a suggestion to them. I haven't really formed my final thoughts, but I will be back and check in with you in a week. I'll show you the brows, show you if the tint has faded out even more. I think it will, and I'll let you know how the lamination is holding up and what products I've been using, and if I think that I'm gonna do it again. I'm very interested to see whether it will be the next big thing. If it is, I'm gonna be so excited for myself and my new career as a psychic. Would you let me tell your fortune? Would you pay me like 50 cents a minute to tell your fortune? Let me know down below. Okay, see you in a week. Okay, so here we are 1 week after my brow makeover, my brow lamination process, and oh, what a week it's been. I've got nothing on my brows right now. I just wanted you to see what they're looking like a week later. Yes, there have been changes. I feel like all of the brow tint has come off of my skin and it's just on the brow hairs, and I think it looks amazing. I mean, you guys know, you totally saw me like what, 10, 15 minutes ago? They were pretty large and in charge, bold and beautiful right after I got them done, but I think that's generally how it is when you get your brows tinted, and I feel like they faded out to an absolutely beautiful color right after I got them wet. But I'm glad that I kept them dry for as long as I did, because I feel like that's gonna give them more strength to last longer. Something I did not bargain for, which I totally could have anticipated, but I just didn't think about it. So obviously it's been a week. I got this whole process done. Since then, I've published like, I don't know how many like obnoxious, unnecessary Instagram stories. I've also done a whole vlog for my vlog channel, and I've gotten so many DMs, messages, comments everywhere about my brows. So many of you guys have noticed that there's been a change, like, oh, your brows aren't looking so crazy and fluffy today. Oh, is that the new brow gel? Your brows are looking really, really good today. And I felt like a fraud. I felt like I was hiding something. Like, I'm the least sneaky person in the world. And I immediately just had to be like, oh, no, that brow gel is really, really amazing, because it is, but I had a treatment done, and you've got to watch my new video coming out. And I'm so glad I'm making this video, because it's kind of hard to explain. So I don't know why I look at my videos as like a surprise party that I'm throwing for you every week, but surprise, brow lamination. That's what I did. So thank you for noticing. I feel like the moral of the story is this brow makeover actually did make a huge impact. I will also say it has been a life-changing week, because going to the gym with my brows done without having to do anything to them really balance out my big, bold, beautiful lashes. And it's really nice, like going in like barefaced, but you have your brows, you have your lashes, which confirmed my suspicions that this is an amazing treatment to do before like a vacation or a trip. If you're going to the beach, if it's like your honeymoon or something like that, get this done. Your brows are gonna be beautiful from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep. If you're in the water or anything, like your brows won't float away in the ocean. It's very, very nice. I could definitely get used to this, and I could definitely also see it as something that you just do occasionally. Would I do this again? Absolutely. But I will say I love it as a whole package. Like, I've been really focused on the brow lamination part of the process, because like tinting and waxing, that's been around forever. But I love that it was offered as like a 3-step like full makeover. She didn't call it a makeover, but I'm calling it a makeover, because like, hello, I have like completely different brows, and brows do a lot for your face. So I'm feeling really good about it. I definitely feel like the brow lamination has done a lot for the texture, the size, the shape of my brows, but in combination with the tint and the reshaping, like, it's a game changer. I absolutely love it. If you decide to go out and get brow lamination, I would definitely look for someone that does all 3 things. I'm not sure if it's always offered together, but I would recommend it. And I know if you already have dark, beautiful brows, like, you don't need tinting, but if you're like me and you always darken your eyebrows, tinting is a game changer. And you don't even have to tell me. I know I can DIY it. I'm already like this close. Like, I can visualize myself tinting my brows. I can also visualize it going horribly, but like, I feel like it's gonna happen soon. I mean, I don't even need it, and I'm already like excited to do it myself. I'm scared and I'm excited. It's a complicated situation, but I guarantee you one day it will happen. And now, would I recommend brow lamination to you? Yes. I definitely would. It totally worked. And I feel like if it worked on my brows, if you have regular, well-behaved brows, it's probably gonna work even better. Of course, that's my unprofessional opinion, but I feel like it could do wonders. And from what she said, it's supposed to work even better when you try it again. I'm definitely gonna try it again. I'll definitely update you on how that goes. I feel like if you've seen my experience and you feel like you'd benefit from it, it's gonna be worth it. And I feel like you're gonna like it as much as I do. And like I said before, brow lamination is supposed to last 6 to 8 weeks. So this is just a 1-week check-in. So I will definitely check in with you guys after 6 weeks, but I'll probably just do that like on Instagram, which is Leanne Says. Like, all my social media is Leanne Says. I'd love to talk to you over there if you wanna find me. I could also throw it into like a favorites video over here in case you don't use Instagram. So definitely subscribe. Thumbs up this video if it was helpful. I really hope it was helpful. If you're curious about brow lamination, or if you didn't know about it at all and you have fluffy, crazy brows like me, hopefully now you know there's another option. And if you end up trying it, I definitely want to know how it goes for you. Also, let me know, what experiments should I do on my face next? I like to do these experiments. This was a really fun one, so let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everyone. Did you come to say hi on the video? Guess whose birthday it is? It's Looney Bean's birthday. Are you 5 years old? Do you have wise words to share with the internet? No. She doesn't like tripods. Hates tripods, loves everything else. That's not true. Shoes off. Goodbye.